Hello, everyone. Megan here from Pack Retreats, and I'm here with a former traveler, Neil Takemoto. Hi, Neil.
Hey everyone, Megan's a good person.
To get that out of the way, right? We had a debrief before this recording where Neil was informed not to share anything negative with you all about these trips, including how I may or may not smell after a day of traveling around the developing world. So excited to have Neil here, excited to talk about our trip. Neil, which trip did you go on and what year did you go?
Dominican Republic, 2018.
Awesome. And what inspired you to come with us? This is a very professional interview, Neil. You're gonna have to
it was fun. Can we edit some of this out? Okay. It was to learn. We've been taking the authentic relating classes with Megan and Peter, and it was deep talk, right? That was not into small talk, and this is all about deep conversation. And when I first met them, it was instant. It's just an instant connection. Like these are my kind of people that I want to be around. With the kind of conversation that I just really love. It's just passionate and deep and fulfilling. And so long story short, when they said we're doing a week of this in a remote location, and it was a whole community of us, and we're going to be hanging out for a week, I was thinking, really, how can I not want to be part of that? So that's the longer answer. The short answer was going to say Megan made me, but like, no, that's not true. That's what I was laughing at. But like, no.
Oh man, you're trouble. So, Neil, what did you get out of traveling with us for 5 days with this group of people that were all similarly committed to leaving the small talk at home and going into the Dominican rainforest and hanging out for a few days? Yeah. What was your biggest takeaway?
Well, let's see, biggest takeaway. Well, one of the things I got, as you can probably tell from this call, is a lot of laughs. A major thing I took away was a defined essence. The 5 words that really in so many ways help me define when I'm sort of stuck with something, or like where am I getting my strength from, or what is the authentic soul of me saying or thinking, and Megan and Kat came up with 5 words to define my essence. And let me see if I can remember the 5.
Levity, that's one.
Yeah, levity, right? Exploration. I know these hearth, Hearth. And there are 2 more.
I love this because I remember before this trip, we did a special call with each one of the travelers to talk about essence, like who you are at your highest and best. And I remember, Neil, that like really resonated for you. Like it gave you this jump start on the trip, and you kept texting me and were like, my essence, like you were really excited about it. It made a difference for you.
Yeah, it does. It did. A catalyst, actually. That's actually one comes up all the time for me. It's also my Burning Man name. And unity.
Unity, that's right.
So I remember one more than Megan did of hers.
So this is like, it's sort of like our essence. We give people 5 words for their essence, and it's always a gift. So like Kat and I gave Neil his essence. I got my essence when I went through my coach training program. And when Neil asked me about my essence today, I couldn't remember one of the words. I still love my essence. It still made a big difference for me. And
4 out of 5 of them at least.
That's true. So having like defined your essence, having spent time in the Dominican rainforest, hanging out with you and other people who were thinking a lot about essence, like what did you walk away with? What difference did the trip make once you got back home?
Let's see. Well, one is I tried to play a lot more hot seat after we came back. It's an authentic relating game where we go around a circle and spend up between 5 and 10 minutes just asking anyone, just one person at a time, asking them questions, mild, medium, or spicy. And it just showed the essence of the trip in that we upped the time from 5 because we thought that was too short, and we went up to 10 minutes. And just about everyone chose spicy. And we learned a lot more than we wanted to know about everybody. And then again, no, we didn't. We didn't learn enough. So it was great. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's like, so in this game, this authentic relating game, each person gets to be in the spotlight for, I think you're right, we started with 5 minutes and then went up to 10 minutes. And it was like, you say, I want you to ask me questions that are mild, medium, or spicy. And our group last year was pretty adventurous. So we all put everything out on the table, like ask me whatever you want. And then for 10 minutes, you're literally in a group where people are just asking you whatever they're curious about, like whatever they want to ask. So it was that, I remember we played that one night, and at the end of the video that Leah made for us, like there's a little snippet of us playing hot.
Yes. It captured the essence of our trip.
Yeah, it did.
If you want to get the essence of the trip, just watch the last 5 seconds of that video.
We'll put a link to that video also on the YouTube page. It was made for us by Leah. I'm going to pronounce her last name wrong. Do you know how to pronounce her last name?
Baleheart.
Baleheart? I think that's it.
No, I should not have attempted that on video.
Sorry, Leah, for pronouncing your name incorrectly. But she's a brilliant photographer, videographer, community leader, and she made this fabulous video for us, which you can also find on the YouTube channel. But yeah.
And if you go on their trips, they'll tell you some of the things that we asked each other, which I can't repeat on this video.
a little bait for anyone considering. Yeah. Actually, we'll tell you what Neil said, but everything everyone else said is off limit.
Sure. Just the answers, not the questions.
Awesome. What would you tell someone considering one of our trips, Neil?
Well, first of all, watching Megan and Kat work together, hang out together. You know, sometimes you'd see 2 people who are business partners spending that much time planning an event and hosting an event and running everything for 5 straight days. You would think there'd be a crack or something would break or some essence of a married couple, you know, an old married couple would break out. But like, oh my God, it's like they didn't not only stay in character about being 2 people who really love each other.
It's not an act. It's true.
Yeah, it's actually true. And it's, you know, obviously not something they can advertise. Only the participants can see it. But like their relationship was a model of what this whole kind of trip was about. How they worked together was really a model of how we all could learn from like how to relate to one another with each other. Yeah, and not in that kind of way. They both have their own significant others. So yeah.
Well, I feel really touched that you said that, because I think that's true. Like I have a lot of gratitude and appreciation for Kat, and I'm consistently blown away by how we're able to like keep focus on the participants and also balance that with taking care of ourselves and balance that with like, I don't know, it's just so important to us that we keep focus on like creating a dynamic and a group dynamic that makes powerful change possible.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah.
Thanks, Neil. Is there anything else you want to say about yourself or life or our retreats?
I'd say just so I've been doing a little study on group flow. And group flow is like this, and flow is described in this book called Steaming Fire as being having a sense of selflessness, timelessness, effortlessness, and through that you have this richness. And, you know, ways that people with a lot of disposable income will hit flow will be through drugs or like just extravagant trips or like, just really trying to take themselves out of their body through extreme means, extreme sports and the like. And really, I found the easiest, simplest way is to just, what they say is presenting yourself with this vulnerability to share with other people. That is the easiest way and most sincere way to create flow and create group flow is when you sincerely share with other people in a group. And so it is, as long as you're willing to participate, that's really key. Willing to participate, you will experience a kind of group flow over the 5 or 9 days with other people and growing in a process that you just can't get any other way. And the nice thing about it is these are immediately applicable to your life as soon as you get home. It's not like you're going to Burning Man and you come back home, wow, that was great flow, but now it's depressing because there's nothing I can apply to my regular life. But this is about experiencing the sense of group flow and individual ecstasis and catharsis that you can experience with a community, also known as communitas, and it's really powerful work. So I'm very grateful for Megan and Kat putting this on.
I'm grateful for you too. I have one more bonus question that I thought of while you were talking, because as you were saying that, I was like, I wonder what Neil's favorite memory from the trip is, like a moment that stands out to you. Tell us about one of your favorite memories.
Well, I guess my favorite experience was that hot seat game, but then I just had this picture of like Cat swinging like a monkey off the zip line, trying to kick a treetop.
Quintessential Cat.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, you should go. All right, and then we all started doing it after she did. But I think it was just the what's that essence? That French term that is your essence, Megan? That
Of course, you would ask me about that. It's joie de vivre.
Yeah, that is kind of what the essence of the trip was for me, and that scene of Cat swinging like a monkey off the zip line was like, yeah, that sort of captured the essence of like living life on this trip.
Thanks so much, Neil. Appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
Cool.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody. We hope you'll join us on a trip in the future.